I've been preparing to do a complete Marilyn Monroe shoot, and I've been asked to really embody Marilyn, the way that she walks, the way that she talks. It's really exciting, flattering, intimidating. The Hollywood Museum has a collection of a ton of different Marilyn Monroe memorabilia. I'm excited. When anyone asks me, what's your dream character? And I always say Marilyn Monroe. I wish they would make a movie about Marilyn Monroe's life and I would get to play it because I think it's such a great story.
Hi, Cara. Glad to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank
Likewise.
you for showing me around.
Oh, I'm delighted. I love showing people Marilyn. So should we take a look at some of it?
Yes, let's look around.
Okay, let's head this way. She was a very simple child from a small background and really much the girl next door kind of image. She was a very sweet and a very shy young girl.
One time in 9th grade, a girl did a project on Marilyn and she showed me one picture of her when she was 13 and she's sitting on the beach. She's pointing down at a heart she drew in the sand and someone was like, oh, this looks like you. And she showed me that picture and I was like, huh, it's weird. And I showed it to my mom and my mom goes, when were you on the beach?
Wanted to share a few things of fashion of Marilyn's with you. This is from The Prince and the Showgirl.
It's incredible to see in person the things that I've grown up watching in films. You know, it's very surreal.
I'm a fan of Marilyn Monroe because I think that she really does embody complete femininity. I think that she was this vulnerable, innocent character and a completely gorgeous and beautiful creature. I love that. I mean, she's a genius.
And when were these taken?
These were taken around 1950, before Marilyn was really a star, 1949-50. But they didn't come out till later, and nobody made the connection at first that was Marilyn Monroe. But eventually this one became the centerfold for the very first Playboy magazine.
It is scary, it is intimidating because nudity is sacred, and Marilyn was one of the most well-recognized sex symbols in the world.
We not only have photos, but we have some things that Marilyn actually said in her life, which I think are wonderful. Up here, it says, sex is a part of nature, and I go along with nature. What I'm doing is just a very natural, human, God-given thing, and I celebrate it. She said this many times, if I have to be a symbol of something, I'd rather be a symbol of sex than a lot of the things they have symbols for, because she said, I really think it's just a natural, pure thing, that a God-given gift, along with many other gifts. So she never treated it in a vulgar way, and I think that's wonderful that she was able to achieve that kind of a feeling.
Here's a woman who was completely immersed in the Hollywood industry and the ways that it really brought out great things in her and how it played a part in ending her life. I am not so arrogant as to think that I am above the capacity to fall into the illusion of Hollywood. And it is scary.
I am definitely intimidated, you know?
Understandably so, yes.
I can't really tell when Norma Jean ends and when Marilyn begins sometimes, because when she was out in public, somehow, you know, like you said, she just turned on this persona,
And yet, I think Norma Jean was still hiding under that, and I think that may have been the dichotomy of her life that troubled her, is that she never became one or the other, and she felt, where am I, in part of her life. She was a little bit in both directions and not knowing really which way to turn. Did she want to really be Norma Jean, or did she want to really be Marilyn?
I relate to Marilyn in that I understand wanting to stay true to who you are, but also having to market yourself as a product. But the idea of being a star and being a product is intimidating.
Become Marilyn, I think you just have to be yourself and just put a little glamour on over that, a little makeup. There's always that innocent child peeking through. And I think that's the feature you need to go for if you really want to become Marilyn, more than putting on the clothes, more than doing the hair. It's that inner thing, and Marilyn could turn it on. So I guess you need to find that same inner adjustment maybe, and make it happen in your own way. I'm just delighted to have met you today, and thank you for coming and taking in a bit of Marilyn's life.
A lot of women have tried to embody Marilyn, and I hope that all of the research that I've done and everything that I've looked at turns out to be a really good photo shoot. I hope I'm up to the task.